Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is where we take the sources you send us, articles, notes, whatever you've got, and we really try to pull out the key insights, just for you.
That's right.
Today, we're looking at something you shared titled Excerpts from Mastering Lesson Recall, a practical guide. Now, our goal is always to help you get informed, feel informed, but this one's a bit unusual.
Yeah, it presents a unique sort of challenge or maybe an opportunity, depending how you look at it.
Okay, let's unpack this.
It's definitely intriguing because the source itself, well, it makes us think about what we even mean by a source.
Absolutely. So let's do what we always do. Let's go right to the material you provided. The entire excerpt from this Mastering Lesson Recall Guide, it reads, and this is the whole thing. Hello, give some steps for memorizing lesson.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Now, you might see a title like Mastering Lesson Recall and think, okay, here come the advanced memory techniques, the detailed steps.
You expect a list or some explanations.
Exactly. And we will touch on some practical ideas in a second. But the really interesting part about your submission here, the excerpt you sent, it's not actually giving any steps.
No, it isn't.
It's asking for them. It's a direct request, a prompt, really.
And that's where this deep dive gets, well, deep. It shifts things. We're not analyzing existing knowledge about memorizing lessons that's supposedly in the text.
Correct. Yeah.
Instead, we're diving into the nature of the input you gave us. It's someone clearly saying, I need this information.
So it's like the source is the need itself.
Precisely. And that forces us and you to think differently. We move from just, taking in information to actively thinking about how information is requested or generated, understanding the kind of thing we're looking at. Is it an answer, an opinion? Or like, here, a straight-up question. That's actually a huge part of thinking critically.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. It changes how you'd even start looking for the real information, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
No.
It fundamentally shapes what you do next, how you go about finding what you need, how you process it.
So let's bring this back. What does this mean for you, the listener who sent this in?
I think it means that sometimes the biggest takeaway isn't buried inside the text. Sometimes it's about recognizing what the text is, realizing, oh, this isn't information, this is a request for information. That changes the game. It shifts you from analysis mode to discovery mode.
Yeah, or problem-solving mode.
Right. It's a really powerful reminder, actually. Sometimes the first step in learning isn't finding the answer someone else wrote down. It's figuring out how to ask the right question clearly, just like your source did.
And it is a great question, the one embedded in your source. Because wanting to know how to memorize lessons better, that's something almost everyone grapples with at some point.
Totally universal. So, okay, even though your input was the question itself, let's honor the spirit of that question. Let's pull from, the established cognitive science principles that would normally answer a query like, give some steps for memorizing lesson. We can quickly unpack a couple of really solid strategies for you. Sounds good. So, one big one, a really effective method, is something called active retrieval practice.
Okay, active retrieval.
Yeah. It basically just means forcing yourself to pull information out of your own brain without looking at your notes or the book.
Like quizzing yourself.
Exactly like quizzing yourself. Or, say, trying to explain a concept out loud, even if it's just to your cat or the wall. Or maybe just scribbling down everything you remember about a topic on a blank piece of paper. The key is the effort involved in recalling it.
Not just passively rereading.
Right. That effortful recall, that struggle, actually strengthens the memory pathways way more effectively than just looking at the answer again.
That makes sense. It feels harder, but it sticks better.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
Another really powerful one is spaced repetition. You've probably heard of this. It's the idea of not cramming.
Right, spreading it out.
Spreading it out strategically. So instead of studying something for 3 hours straight, you review it, then maybe review it again the next day, then maybe skip a few days and review it again, and maybe wait a week. So the gaps get longer over time.
Exactly. You revisit the material at increasing intervals. This works with the way our brains naturally forget things. Each time you recall it after a bit of forgetting, you reinforce it more deeply. It's smart timing.
It's working smarter, not just harder, with your review time.
Precisely. It leverages the forgetting curve to your advantage.
Okay, so those are two concrete things, active retrieval and spaced repetition, that directly address the need expressed in the source you sent.
Yep, practical takeaways that would fulfill that request.
So yeah, this was a different kind of deep dive. Our source material wasn't the information itself, but it was the prompt, the request for it, which kind of led us down this interesting path of thinking about the input first.
It really did, and it brings up a bigger thought, doesn't it? In this world where we're just drowning in information, answers, data everywhere. How often is the really crucial first step not actually finding the answer, but being able to clearly articulate the right question, just like your source implicitly did? Maybe knowing what you're really looking for is the hardest, most important part.
Articulating the question as the key first step. That's a great thought to leave things on. We definitely encourage you, the listener, to think about that. Look at the sources you engage with. What are they really? Information, opinion, a question in disguise. What insights pop up when you look at their structure and purpose that way?
Food for thought.
Definitely. Until next time, keep digging.